Right, I can't actually take any credit for this. I'll put a link to the original in the description. Basically, it's about HFT targeting, and I thought it'd be quite handy actually for range finding and just plinking away out here. So at set distances, you can have a set aim point where you can hit the kill size, the minimum kill size on an HFT target. So 8 to 13 yards, it's 20 mil. 13 to 25 yards, it's 15 mil. 25 to 30, it's 20. 30 to 40, it's 25, and 40 to 45, it's 35. So what I've got is I've got these cards where I've got the kill zones or kill sizes, and a vague representation of obviously where I need to aim. So what I'll do, I was going to do it indoors, and I've got set measurements along the walls, but out here it's going to have to be pacey, so it's going to be quite accurate really with regards to varying a little bit. So what I'll go and do, I'll go and put this out at about 10 yards. I've got the pard on, and hopefully we can line up the kill zone with the crosshairs, and hopefully it'll be bosh bosh bosh. Right, scrap that. The pard obviously doesn't like the being on 10 mag at this distance, and it's really blurry. So we just have to do it the old-fashioned way. So set at 25, parallax 25, set at 10 mag, and therefore the distance should be calculated that at 10 yards, if I put the reticle on the top of the kill zone, it should get in it. That's the theorem. Interesting. I'll show you the results of that in a minute. Interesting. Right, so 13 to 25 yards to 15 mil kill. I believe this is out at about 15 yards. So the aim point is exactly the same. So the top of the kill zone is where the crosshairs are, or just below the crosshairs, sorry, on the line. Right, so there's a tiny amount of wind that's blowing, but it shouldn't be affecting it too much, apart from me just not being able to aim properly. So the results of that are a little bit better. I'll show you in a minute. Right, so what we do, so that was 15 yards. So I'll push it out to a bit further, to 20, and see if the results are still the same based on the same aim point. That's interesting. Right, so it's out to 20 yards now. So still based on a 25 metre 0. Parallax is still 25 yards or 25 metres. So what I'm aiming to do is put the top of the reticle on top of the kill zone. These targets that I've drawn out are really faint. Should have done it in a bit bigger pen. Oh. Right, so in theory, if we've got a 25 yard or 25 metre 0, I should, if I aim the reticle bang on in the middle, I should get in the middle. What are the chances? Right, so if I aim squarely in the middle of the square, if you can do that, it should match my 0. Who says it's not? Right, so as we move past the aim point, the 0 in aim point, by all accounts, you should be able to go back to having the top of the kill zone resting on the reticule with the first mil dot towards the bottom. I gave up and couldn't draw a mil dot to save my life. So if I put the bottom, make sure that the first mil dot is in the kill and the top of the kill is on the line of the reticle, in theory it should be bosh 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 bosh. So let's go and do that. Put it out at 35. Right, so I haven't changed the parallax, haven't changed the aim point, or the 0. So obviously the pellets are now going to start dropping, so I'm going to have to start holding under, which is why we put the top of the kill on the line, and saying that is the half mil dot that's going to be at the bottom of the target. So we shall see. Wish me luck. Gonna need it. Those lines are very faint. Right, so the kill actually nestles in between the reticle or the crosshair and the half mil dot. Much better. Right, so the last one. My drawing is terrible. So because we're going to be out so far that the pellet's going to be dropping, we need to raise the muzzle up to account for that. So it's too far out, it's dropping too much for it to be on the reticle. So if we bring it down, so the first mil dot and the half mil dot are in the kill, for a 35mm at 45 yards, that should, in theory, be okay. So bear with me. Last one, 45, 35mm. So between the first reticule, first mil dot, and the half, 1.5. Jesus Christ, that is tiny. Wind is starting to blow from left to right now. No, I was right. It's the first half mil dot and the first mil dot, so half and 1. Right, just to prove it, let's do a bit of a group. Right, so the bottom right of the card is where I'll do a group. So half a mil dot at the top of the kill, the first mil dot's towards the bottom, right, go and get them in. Right, so a bit of HFT target shooting as it go, loading how to shoot. 8.64 Gold Star. So this is at 10 yards. So my aim point, just clip in the bottom. and see. I think my scope needs to be brought over to the left a bit more. So if I was to aim at the bottom, top of the kill zone on the reticule, that should have sneaked in. It didn't, so I can only assume that obviously the scale on my hawk is probably different from, I think it's Jeff, an HFT shooter. So nearly 15 yards, same aim point. So the reticule is on the top of the kill zone. Bosh, 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 bosh. Need to bring it over a little bit, but then again, could be the wind, who knows. So that one works. 20 yard, no idea. So what we're aiming to do, same aim point, but just a bit further back from the 15 yard as it were. No idea what happened with that one, but obviously it starts moving up towards the top. So even though there's 5 yard difference, you still could use the same aim point. My excuse is that these lines are really thin, but they might have squeaked in or split a pellet. So yeah, good. 25 yard is what it's zeroed at, apart from me can't aim straight. It's pretty much a straight line as it should be, because obviously the crosshairs are going to be in the middle. So as long as they're in the middle, you'll hit in the middle. 35 yards, so the aim point is again at the bottom of the reticule, kill zone. No idea, I missed that one. I couldn't even explain that one, I probably loaded it in backwards. But I started to give that a little bit of windage and then it shot over to the wrong way. But there you go. Right, so yeah, 35mm, just at 35 yards, or 25mm at 35 yards, aim at the bottom, kill zone at the bottom, aim at the top, and it works. Right. What I think I ended up doing, apart from cocking it up, that one was when I aimed the first mil dot bang on in the middle, bang on in the middle. So yeah, I think I was aiming a bit too low, so I was putting the half mil dot and the number 1 mil dot there. I think it should have literally been the first mil dot, half mil dot, first mil dot, 1.5 mil dot. I think they would have literally been bang on in the middle, because they were, once I sorted my aim out. A bit of wind, but even if you was to get rid of those, it'd still be there somewhere. So close distance and long distance I need to try and work on. Anything in between I should be able to hit, even the smallest target, where it should be. So yeah, bit of practice, bit of theory. Thanks for that, Jeff. Lovely.